brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Good morning, everybody. It is Ollie and Lecter with you. It is Wednesday. It is 7 o'clock and a bit, and I feel excellent this morning. I've got a nice coffee. I've been up for a couple of hours now, pottering around, and I got a haircut yesterday after months of saying to myself, Ollie, you should get a haircut. And I never do, because I don't like getting a haircut. I don't like social interaction, and it scares me, and I just want to curl up in a ball in a darkened room and, I don't know, just shave in the dark and hope that it works out okay. But I did it. I got through it. It was a lovely experience. Here I am. Hi.
You know what I miss about haircuts?
Oh, all right, mister. I'm just going to let it grow till the end of time. Go on, Rapunzel. What do you miss about haircuts?
The shampooing. Getting your brain massaged.
You see, they never do that with me.
They never do that?
You got a ragged ass, and they took one look at my scalp, and they're just like, we'll just, maybe we'll just touch that with a barge pole from over here.
Oh, like, what is this? This is a barbershop, not a spa treatment. This guy clearly has places to be. He's Ollie Williams. Get him in, get him out.
In and out. He clearly isn't comfortable. Let's just not make that any worse than it is. Mornings at the Cabin brought to you by Aurora Ford Driving the North, and today brought to you by the NWT Literacy Council, because it is today National Family Literacy Day, every January the 27th. Promoting families, reading, and taking part in literacy activities together. Take 15 minutes sometime today to do a bit of reading with your family, your friends, your colleagues. Even if it's the health and safety poster on the wall, it'll do. We've got the NWT Literacy Council coming up on the show at 8 o'clock this morning. There's a fun little travel-related theme to stuff that is going on for Literacy Day. We're going to find out more about that. And maybe we'll even do a little reading of our own. I've got a special book I want to introduce a little bit later on this morning. In that very vein.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Some guys are only about
Lauren, it's only some guys. It's only some guys. They're all about that. Morning, everybody. Lauren Hill, do-wop that thing. It is Mornings at the Cabin, 7:15, minus 23 and change. Good morning, the Lecter as well. How you doing over there?
Did you just start off Wednesday morning with a not all men?
Well, she said it herself. Some guys are only about that thing.
Not all guys.
Not all guys. Some guys are about the other thing.
What about girls?
Well, yeah, girls can be about both the things.
Yeah, some girls are about that thing. Yeah.
Hashtag all girls. We done that one yet?
Wow.
Have we gone there with chauvinism yet?
Just coming out on fire.
Yeah?
Ollie Williams.
All right. Great. Excellent. Now that I've alienated many, many people. Hashtag all girls are lovely. I didn't finish the hashtag.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's the problem with hashtags. They just fall short.
They don't allow nuance.
Right.
And that's where Twitter gets into trouble.
Yeah.
Because what Donald was trying to... Anyway.
I already went down that road, Ollie, last week.
Yeah, well, don't go down that road.
No, I don't want to.
Terrible road. Yeah, you went down that road big time.
Nothing down that road.
Don't do that again. Anyway, Burger Week. That's very exciting. Today
is very exciting.
Is the day. Today is the day of Burger Week.
This feels appropriate.
This feels incredibly appropriate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Oh, the kickoff of Burger Week. Oh, baby.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I don't even want to talk. I just want to savor this moment.
I just want to eat.
Tasty burgers coming your way.
Y'all ready for this?
Burger number one. Welcome along to Fat Burger, the Backcountry Bacon Mushroom Cheddar Burger. $14 with a $1 donation to the Food First Foundation. Now, we've already tried that. Lecter, a 2-word review?
Is delicious. No, that's one word.
Beautiful.
Absolutely fantastic.
Copper House Eatery and Lounge Steakcater Burger, $15, $3 donation. I don't think anyone's tried that yet. That's still on our list this week. Gourmet Cup Midday Sunset Veggie Burger, $20 with a $1 donation. Vegetarian with a fish option also available. Dancing Moose Cafe the Mushing Mushroom Swiss Burger. Haha, thanks, radio hosts everywhere. Thrilled with that name. $14 with a $1 donation. Veggie option available. Monkey Tree Pubs Aurora Firecracker, $12 with a $2 donation. Woodyard Brewhouse and Eatery's Isolation Burger, which I have had, $19 with a $3 donation.
In 2 words?
Into too big. It's just huge. It's on a massive waffle, and you've got to try and cram all that. If you eat that with your hands, I salute you. Japan Bakery, spectacular Zangi burger, $10 with a $1 donation. Steak restaurant, frozen Lamborghini, $12 with a $2 donation. And the Black Knight Pub, Long Nights Burger, $19 with a $3 donation. That is your 9. That is quite the list. I have so far had 1. I'm going to get to Japan today. That's going to be the second one for me.
Okay.
Have you got plans to be consuming any more of the Burger Week burgers?
I got Monkey Tree today for that firecracker burger.
Or the Aurora Firecracker. You are going to be having the homemade beef patty, lightly spiced barbecue sauce, cheddar, bacon, Cajun crispy fried onion, battered fresh jalapeno, mayo, red onion, lettuce, tomato, and pickle on a brioche bun.
Well, my mouth's watering.
You're going to do all right. Anyway,
got a towel over there?
Team burger for breakfast?
No.
Not today? Maybe not today.
No.
Maybe during Burger Week it's frowned upon to order extraneous burgers.
Yeah.
And consume them.
Over and above burgers.
Yeah.
Not
okay.
necessary.
Burgers on burgers on burgers. So it is Burger Week. If we haven't banged on about this enough already, it's just a great way to support your local eatery and also support the Food First Foundation, because every time I mention donations, then that is the amount of money that'll go to the Food First Foundation as a result of you getting a burger. If you get 3 or more of those burgers in the next 10 days, because in Cabin Radio world, a week is 10 days long, if you get 3 burgers on your passport by February the 6th, you can enter to win prizes. The prizes are kick-ass prizes. They're so good. The top prize is a weekend getaway for 2 at Blatchford Lake Lodge with the flights and meals included. The next prize is a weekend break at the Explorer Hotel with a 3-course dinner and breakfast thrown in. And the third prize, is dinner for 2 in a private teepee at Aurora Village with some activities thrown in that evening as well. All of those are fantabulous prizes, and you get those prizes by eating burgers. It's the best contest in the world.
It really is.
Isn't it?
There's not much more to say than that.
And one last shout out before we go to the news. Sonia Idir, who organizes all of this, rockstar. Absolutely well played. We love your work, and I'm looking forward to sharing a spectacular Zangi burger with Sonia at Japan a little bit later on today.
Cabin Radio's morning show podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
Brought to you by Aurora Ford Driving the North and the NWT Literacy Council. Today is National Family Literacy Day. They are going to be coming up a little bit later on the show to tell you more. But first of all, we can do literacy here at Cabin Radio. We know how to be literate. AJ's not in yet. So, Lecter, let's discuss. We got Sarah in as well. Morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
Sarah, the last book you read, book you're currently reading.
Book I'm currently reading is Policing Black Lives. Last book that I finished reading. Oh, shoot. I don't remember. I swear I just finished something.
Never mind. We're not so good at literacy. I take it all back.
Well, our memory is.
Yeah, memory. Literacy, great.
Literacy's great.
Oh, I read The Ice at the End of the World. It's about how this ice sheet in Greenland is disappearing.
Oh, cool.
So lots of very
doom and gloom,
academic type books.
Oh,
I
that's a
need to get
word.
into some fiction again.
Yeah.
Speed through it.
Lecter?
Well, I would talk about it, but I'm afraid that telling you about what I'm reading right now would infringe on my my New Year's resolution, or one of my
To
New
not
Year's
tell Ollie
resolutions.
things?
To not read?
To not no, the anti AJ New Year's resolution. No, my New Year's resolution was to not talk about Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
So I can't really elaborate on that.
Fair enough. I have just been given, and I'm just about to start reading, a copy of a book published in the 1850s, I think it was.
It looks every year of that.
It's a very old, faded, raggedy little red book that I'm holding in my hands right now. And this was given to me by Snow King last week. I was chatting to Snow King while I was filming our little video that we did last week out there at the festival site while they're building everything. And he got chatting about this book he's reading called 2 Years Before the Mast. And it's written by a guy called Richard Henry Dana, who was a scholar, an academic, who got a case of measles, and it started affecting his vision.
Uh-oh.
And he thought, in order to cure that, 1840s, 1850s, science was a little bit ropey.
Right.
He thought it might help, at least, to get some fresh air, get outside more. And so he enlisted as a sailor.
Oh.
And he joined a boat that was sailing from Boston to California.
Oh.
And he kept a diary for 2 years of the voyage, because in order to sail from Boston to California, I mean, nowadays if you were going to get from Boston to California, you get on a plane, it'd take you a few hours.
Right.
Even driving, it would take you a couple of days, 3-4 days maybe to cross the United States.
Good haul.
When Richard did it, he had to get a boat and you had to go round Cape Horn, which, if you don't know, is the tip of South America.
Right.
So you'd have to sail all the way down the coast of North America, all the way down the coast of South America, round Cape Horn, all the way up the coast of South America, all the way up the bits of North America and Mexico to get to California, which strikes me as a lot of effort to get to California, considering it was in the same country.
So by the time he got there, his vision was long gone.
Well, yeah, the diary gets very scrawly towards the end. Yeah, it's just letters all over the place, just a blur. No, I haven't actually started reading this yet, but the book itself is fantastic. It has inscribed in the inner flap, Joyce Radley Walters, Commissioners High School, Grade 10, 1940.
Wow.
So the book itself is a little bit of a relic in its own right. I'm looking for the publication date in this now.
Well, I mean, I was going to guess based on the look of that book that was actually his handwritten journal. It wasn't even like a published copy. You had just
not far off.
Grabbed his journal. Not
far off. It says in the back of it, printed in Great Britain at the press of the publishers. Fair enough. There you go. Three shillings and sixpence.
That's how much it cost.
There you go.
Wow.
So yeah, back when we had shillings going on, which I suspect was not a thing in Canada. I don't know. Anyway, this is my book, 2 years before the mast, an account of sailing for 2 years in the 1850s.
That's amazing.
Which is really cool. And yeah, Snoking just went away, said, "Oh, I'll get you the book." Went away and came back 5 minutes later with this little thing and just handed it over. And yeah, it looks a very well-read. It's clearly a good book.
Yeah.
On the grounds that it's been so well-read. And I did very briefly read up on it this morning. It apparently is something of an American literary classic.
Oh, okay.
It's considered to be one of the sort of the most primary works of the time. So I'm really looking forward to digging into that. Share a book with a friend this National Family Literacy Day.
I wonder how many pairs of hands that book has passed through. Like,
all right, COVID face.
Yeah.
Listen, like, it doesn't all have to be about how many contact, how we're going to do contact tracing with this book.
No. Book readers, they cover their mouths when they sneeze. It's
okay.
fine. They wash their hands.
Okay.
It's good.
Listen,
you're okay.
Sure you can't get COVID from a book.
You're not helping this at all. This exercise. Share books. If you must wipe down the book first, I'm sure it'll stand a little Lysol. But, we're supposed to be spreading literacy.
Spreading. Oh.
It's a super spreading event for literacy. Lecter. All right, everybody. It is National Family Literacy Day. The theme is Travel the World, which is absolutely what Richard Henry Dana was doing. The book is 2 years before the mast. If you want to join an impromptu Cabin Radio book club, see if you can find yourself a copy, and we'll have a little read over the next couple of weeks.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
I was going to talk about something. It's completely gone. Oh, I know what it was. It was. It's difficult when we haven't written it on the board. I don't know if you noticed. We have a decision on the water slide.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had heard rumblings.
Yeah. These are the rumblings you would have heard. They're the rumblings of a woman moving a microphone back over closer to her face. Well done, Sarah.
Well, I might want to talk about this water slide.
Yeah. The City of Yellowknife's councillors have duly decided that there is going to be a large water slide.
Yay.
Thank you. That's what we were looking for. This was they were impassioned speeches. I have the horrible feeling that I think Councillor Steve Payne may have said, "Make Yellowknife great again."
Oh.
No.
I'm sorry to bring this to you. I only have that second hand from our reporter, Emily Blake, who was following proceedings at the time.
Steve.
But, yeah, I know. Oh, Steve. So they've decided yes to a great big water slide. Yeah, it's going to take 2 members of staff to run the thing, but we're going to do it.
We're going for the whole $1.4 million
lots of money. Well, it doesn't matter.
Dream slide.
We just want it.
We just
want it. Put it on credit. It'll be fine.
But first we have to vote for it.
First, the people have to vote for it. Yep.
Oh, there's still more to do?
Yep. Well,
Good Lord.
And I feel like people are going to vote no.
The parallels with Steve Payne and Donald Trump are just remarkable, aren't they? First of all, the whole "Make X Great Again," and then the whole someone has to vote for this.
Well, I'm sure he's aware.
Yeah.
Me over here, I'm just like, you said yes. Isn't that enough?
No, it's got to go to a plebiscite.
Oh my God!
Because we're borrowing so much money to build this pool, the good people of Yellowknife have to say yes or no. So we could have gone through all of this, years and years of this. And all that could happen is, let's say 30 people bother to vote, 20 of whom don't want the pool.
Right.
That's the end of that.
That's it.
So, just saying, if you do actually want a swimming pool, I strongly suggest you go out and vote for that when the time comes.
Oh, wait, you're talking the pool now. I thought you were talking about the slide needs.
The whole thing.
For the
The
whole
whole
thing. Shebang.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it just a yes
I don't
or
think
no?
I don't think they're gonna go build the slide without the pool. I think they're considered very much one and the same thing.
It's a pretty big slide.
Yeah.
Wow.
Guys, we're gonna go with a large water slide. Yay! But no pool. Just you're gonna get to the end of it, boom, into the gravel and snow. Well, guys, you get what you wanted. You didn't want a pool, but you did want a large water slide.
Yeah, well, you could make it. You put a little danger into it, make the slide go into Frame Lake, and then
Yeah, nobody's getting on that slide. Sarah, to answer your question, I believe it is an up and down, yes or no, on the pool.
It's
So
not like you can select like a third option, smaller pool, no water slide.
No,
Let's save some money.
this is what we employ counselors for, and they've spent years going at this. So they have decided smaller pool, 25-meter pool, same size as Ruth Inch in terms of the length of it,
okay,
but nice big water slide, new facility, and that is what is going to go out for public consumption later on this year.
okay,
And we will do a whole bunch of journalism on that because you know full well that most people will not have paid any attention, and then we'll end up. There's a vote, and then there'll be a whole thing about how we're going to make sure the vote is like COVID friendly.
Is location still being decided too?
I think the location is fixed now. I think it's going to be next to where it's going to be on the old mini putt
Okay,
next to Ruth Inch.
yeah.
I think.
I
is
mean
the plan.
that I feel like that spot just makes the most sense.
Yeah, there was an argument of potentially trying to crowbar it in where the multiplex and the field house are, but
Yeah.
it makes more sense before you've actually looked at the detail of that. When you look into the detail, you've got to do a whole bunch of rearranging all the sewer works and everything,
Right.
to make an extra building fit in there.
Yeah.
That would be much more expensive than you might think. So even though it kind of makes sense in your head to just plop another big facility in that lot, it apparently is easier to go and do it.
Well, take up our drive-in space too.
Right. We're trying to show some drive-in movies here.
Yeah.
These are the only movies we can have these days.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
Why
right.
would you take that away? Large water slide, no pool, but you slide into a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Just
Well,
have a hot tub.
what
and
a,
projector screen.
What a long, winding adventure
Yeah, right.
this has been. That is still not quite over yet, and may still have an interesting conclusion by the end.
You want to know part 2 of this?
Yes, please.
Now they
Part two.
don't sound so disappointed.
I'm just scared about what
Yeah.
you're gonna say.
Well, part 2 of this is that now the fire hall is looking at getting rebuilt.
Oh,
So they've decided that the fire hall is aging and there's a whole bunch of stuff that's not great about that. Now they can either choose to knock it down and build a new one, or they can renovate and expand the current one, which seems to be the main option. That'll cost about $3 million.
okay.
Or you can build extra fire halls.
So a whole fire hall.
$3 million.
Let me get this straight. An entire new fire hall.
Well, no. Renovate and expanding, $3 million.
Or renovate and expanded.
New fire hall, $6 million.
Oh, $6 million. Okay.
4 water slides.
That's it. That seems a little more reasonable.
Yeah.
It's going to be like brand new fire hall.
For 2 water slides.
For 2 water slides.
Because that's the currency that we now deal in here in Yellowknife. Yeah, but how many water slides is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 water slides. Okay, that's a reasonable expense for a fire hall. I will accept that. Because, of course, they need a pole, or do we give them a really large, fun slide?
Yeah.
And that's how they get into the vehicles. We have, like, really cool slides that go straight into the driver's, like, seat of each, boom! Like, yeah, that cost $1 million, that slide, but aren't you glad we have it? It takes 2 members of staff to operate.
It's never gonna get turned on. Fort Smith pool has a water slide. I saw that thing on like once, and I went swimming
really?
regularly.
Oh.
Because they
Whoa.
need people to like run it on and supervise and watch. And only if there's enough kids there that really want the water slide turned on, then they will turn the water slide on.
And how much did they spend on their slide?
I have no idea.
Mm.
The pool was built long before I
Was it about like 1.25 new fire halls?
I don't
The
know.
currency's getting all messed up.
Nobody
I don't
understands. It's like Bitcoin. It
Got
makes
to
sense.
account for
on paper.
inflation because I'm sure it was built years ago.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. It's probably repairs that are needed already just because of no use. I don't know. Disintegrating a little bit. Well, I really hope we use this slide.
I was going to say, great. On that happy note, we will see what happens.
Maybe they used it more often when I wasn't there.
I will pledge to go down said water slide myself. At
Once.
least 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, but
3 times.
it's pointless just doing it off the bat. You've got to we need a subscription model. We need a model whereby people sign up and pledge monthly, and they say, look, we will ensure this continues to be used.
Right.
I will go down this water slide once a month. Yeah, even if I don't want to, I'll just force myself out there, just march grumpily out to the water slide, slide down it, make no noise whatsoever, expressionless, push into the pool, nothing, surface back up, nothing. March right back out, not even get changed, straight back out, dripping wet into the vehicle and drive away stony-faced, expressionless. But I'll do it to make sure that this slide continues to be used.
My tax dollars paid for that slide.
And I am going to darned well use it.
At least 3 times.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see people who are just like, you know what, I am just going to grin and bear this.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoulder the burden of sliding down this water slide so that future generations can, like me, expressionlessly use this slide and hate it with every fiber of their being.
So when do we find out? When?
Oh, I don't know. 2030?
20.
When do we vote?
It's supposed to be later this year.
Okay.
Fall this year.
Yeah.
Why it needs to be fall this year when we already know what council's decided? I don't know.
There's a whole spring summer we could
Maybe
take
they'll
care
do
of
that.
this too.
Maybe they'll do that. I have the feeling that it's going to be in the fall, and I think the thing is supposed to be built by the winter of 2023. If we say yes. If we say no, then it'd be hilarious if they just build it anyway. What are you going to do? Riot? That's a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah, we don't want anyone storming.
No, it feels like insurrection
pool.
is a bit of a strong response to not getting a pool with a large water slide.
It's a fad. Hopefully it fades by then.
It's a fad.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Mornings at the Cabin brought to you by Aurora Ford, driving the North, and today brought to you by the NWT Literacy Council, traveling the world on National Family Literacy Day, which is today. And I'm delighted to say that with that in mind, we have in the studio 2 very special guests from said NWT Literacy Council. Hello to Katie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. How are you?
Great.
Excellent. And hello to Charlotte.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yes, not bad. It hasn't changed in the intervening 3 seconds. Right. So welcome along into Studio One. It's lovely to have you both with us. Now, tell us also, well, Katie, you guys do essentially the same job for the Literacy Council. What is it?
So Charlotte and I are both family and community literacy coordinators.
Okay.
And our role is to support community-based facilitators to run family literacy programs in their communities. So we provide training if people who work with children 0 to 6 and their families would like to do family literacy programming. We do training, and then we provide funding and resources for them to do programs.
Cool. Now, Charlotte, if you're a family literacy coordinator, National Family Literacy Day, clearly a blooming big deal. Therefore.
Big day. Big day.
All right. What is the theme of today?
The theme of this year's National Family Literacy Day is Travel the World.
Okay.
Which seems kind of like an ironic theme for this year.
Just laughing in the
But
faces of us poor
we're
people.
going with it. We're encouraging families to travel the world from the comfort of their own communities.
Okay, I like that. Guys, travel the world. Joke's on you, but do it with books.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We like that. And I've been doing that a little bit. So we were talking earlier on, like, during the show. My book that I got given by Snow King last week is a book all about, it was written by a guy who in the 19th century sailed from Boston to California, round Cape Horn, round the bottom of South America, and kept a 2-year diary of that trip. And this was given to me last week to read. So that's going to be my Family Literacy Day mission, is going to be to start diving into that book and getting a flavor of that kind of travel back in the 19th century. So that's going to be my contribution to that. I'm trying to think of like other good travel related books that I've read. And there's like, I think the ones that I've enjoyed the most are the classics that like transport me away to different times and places as well. So I love reading Sherlock Holmes. I've always loved that because the picture that it paints of Victorian London and that kind of era, Dickens as well. I love that kind of stuff. So that's me. Katie, how about you? What's a book that sort of takes you away somewhere else, whether it's a time or a place?
So my favorite book when I was a kid was a book called The First Tulips in Holland that explains how Holland became the epicenter of tulips in the world. And I remember as a kid taking it out of the library every single week while I was in elementary school. And I loved the book. And then my husband found a copy of it online a few years ago, and I was so excited. I was going to read it to my kids, and then I read it, and it's like the most boring book. But as a 6 to 8 year old, it was the best.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's okay. I think we've all done that as well. We've all gone back to things that we loved as kids.
Yeah.
And then when you reach a certain age in your late 20s or 30s, you look back at it and you think, what was wrong with me?
Yeah.
What was I doing here? There is a book called The Starlight Crystal, which is I can't even remember who it's by now, but I read it when I was like 14 or 15 and was like, this is the best book ever written. This has taught me everything I know about life, the universe, and everything. And I went back just to look at reviews of it online the other day, and all the reviews were like, this is this guy's worst book ever. I'm like, oh, that's
Yes.
how crushingly disappointing for my 14-year-old taste. Oh, well. Charlotte, how about you? Is there one that you would pick out?
So this summer when I went on a big canoe trip, I read Where the Crawdads Sing, which is kind of set in like the bayou area. So I thought that was like a really kind of transporting book just because it was like the atmosphere and like the environment was described like really beautifully.
Where were you canoeing at the time?
I was canoeing with Sarah Price actually, so I did the Broken Skull and then she joined us and we did the Nahani.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's showing off a little bit to transport yourself to another place by reading a book while having
another
the Hattie.
beautiful place. Yeah.
Oh, I think I'll just imagine if I was just somewhere really beautiful right now. All right already. That's a very cool trip, by the way. I'm
it was really
insanely
great.
jealous of that. Okay, so from an NWT Literacy Council point of view, how can people get involved in National Family Literacy Day? What's going on this week that can help people out, you guys?
So one of the things we have going on is we're challenging families. There's a list that's up on our Facebook page of different things that they can do to kind of travel the world while at home. So some of the things are like cooking a recipe from a different country, sending a postcard, identifying different flags, learning new words. That's one big thing we're doing.
Lecter, do you think maybe Nicole would be interested in cooking a recipe from a different country? I don't think she's tried that before.
I think she could contribute. Yeah.
Okay.
Spread a little knowledge there.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, Lecter's other half has cooked recipes over the last 2 years from 200 different countries?
Every country.
The A to Z of
Yeah.
countries in the world Nicole has prepared. So if you need ideas to cook a recipe from a different country, what's Nicole's Instagram handle? This is a snap quiz.
I don't know this.
Snap quiz, Lecter. What is your partner's handle on Instagram?
Not a clue.
Okay, hold on, everybody. I'm going to quickly look it up because if you want recipe ideas, it is Lucy_Caboose.
There you go.
I believe. Yeah, you got all the recipes on there, all the photos and things that she's done from different countries. So if you need ideas of stuff to cook, go check that out on Instagram because that'd be a great resource in its own right for different recipes from around the world. Okay, that is one thing. There's stuff going on in different communities as well. Hey, Katie?
Yeah, so the Literacy Council provided community funding for different groups to run programs. So some are completely virtual, so online, or there's little kits. And then in other communities, they're just doing small gatherings. So in Uluhartuk, they're going to do a Welcome Back to the Sun. In Hay River Public Library and Yellowknife Public Library, they're both doing kind of travel the world through books kits. So there'll be books and craft supplies, activities, that type of thing, and families can register with the libraries and then pick up their kits.
Okay, cool. That is a whole bunch of stuff. Thank you very much to you guys for coming in. If people do want to find out more, do they just hop on the website?
Hop on the website or hop on our Facebook page. If you really have a burning question, you can just call the office and talk to Katie or I as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and there was some discussion between Lecter and I off the air here that we should have a book club show.
Yeah.
Here at Cabin Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thought
that's-
about it the other week, and it just makes so much sense. Yeah. Needs the right host, though.
It does need the right host. I did notice that there are two people over here who just clearly sound amazing behind a microphone, as we've just discovered, and both reacted really positively to that idea just
Really
then,
did,
and
yeah.
work for a literacy council. So you'd think they might
Just
be interested.
saying, yeah.
Just going to put that out
Vested
there.
interest.
Yeah.
There is a book club group on Facebook through our Facebook page, and it's people all over the NWT who share different reviews of books. So
Okay.
great place to look for new books too.
Maybe we could cherry pick a host out of there.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, we've got a plan. Everybody, this is how we like to do things at Cabin Radio. We just invent shows live on the air. It's great. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Charlotte, for coming in. Much appreciated. Today is National Family Literacy Day. This has been Mornings at the Cabin. Enjoy yourself a good book at some point today. I am off to read about sailing around South America in the 19th century.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.